cross some roads outside today. So I had to eat my words and say that we would not have it live. I mean, I made it, but I know Scott would have a hard time driving all the way to the office in these terrible roads. So I had to make sure he was taken care of. So we'll get started. First, as always, buyer seller needs, anything that you've got coming up new on the market, any listings that you want to highlight. Turn the time over to you guys. So whatever you got.
Jeff?
Go for it, Shelley.
Okay, so I currently have my home in Elk Ridge. It's a large home. It's 4,600 square feet. It's listed at $899. It's got views of the whole valley. If you have a buyer, bring them. I have a house coming on the market in the next 2 weeks. The house pretty much burned down and they're rebuilding it, so it should be done in the next week or two. It's a starter home. We'll probably list it around $459. Basically brand new, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. And then I also have one coming on the market probably next week in Santaquin. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, really cute kind of cottage style home.
Is it an older
That
home?
one, that'll be in the 420s or so.
Is it an older home?
No, new, 2017.
Oh, nice. And you said 420-ish, and
Yeah, we're waiting for one down the street to close so we can get a really good idea. It should be closing the next couple days, but
2-car garage? Any garage?
2-car garage. Both of them have 2-car garage.
Awesome. I need something in like the $150,000 price point with a 3-car garage and half an acre. If anybody's got that,
Well,
one
yeah,
of those kind of buyers. So
we all need that.
yeah.
That's down in Louisiana.
Yeah. Do they actually have some of that down there? Because I might send my clients down to them if they have that.
Too many bugs, dude.
Anybody else got anything coming up?
I helped one of my clients get a home kind of like that in Pampa, Texas for $21,000 a couple of years ago, Jeff.
Nice. What was a couple of years ago for $21,000? Was that more than 2 years ago?
No, literally 2 years ago in
Wow.
Pampa, Texas. I don't know if you've ever been to Pampa, Texas. It's just outside of Amarillo, about 2 hours, but I maybe about an hour, but there's nothing in town but longhorns.
Oh, Pampa, Borger, Pecos, all that area. That's tough sledding. You gotta like sagebrush and dirt.
Yeah.
All right, who's got other listings or anything coming up?
I will say we have a client that's moving back from Kenya, and he's looking be either Draper, Sandy, Cottonwood, up to 900,000. He just wants at least a 1/4 acre. We have a listing alert going, but he can buy now or in the next couple months. But if you know of anything that you have coming on the market that fits that in that area, I mean, they're not that picky actually. It's the yard size and location that's the most critical. Let us know. Otherwise, it'll show up on our alert too when you list it. But
Awesome.
Guys, I have a buyer looking for hen's teeth. He wants 5 beds, 3 baths, RV parking, and a Rambler. Wants to be under 700 somewhere in Utah County.
Shouldn't be that hard to find.
The pricing and he and his wife are both hospital administrators. They live in West Valley City right now, but he works in Draper. She just got a gig in Payson, so they're moving down this direction. There's only one of them in the house right now, but they got 8 kids between his, hers, and theirs, and they need space for him to come home. And we're just kind of getting rolling. The price point and an RV pad are kind of the binds right now.
Okay, makes sense. Who else? Okay, I'll go. I've got a listing coming up in West Jordan, 1988, 4 beds, roughly 2,200 square feet, 4-level, multi-level, that normal multi-level floor plan. It's in pretty rough shape, needs flooring and all kinds of stuff. So it'll be priced in the kind of flipper area. And so if you've got anybody looking for a flipper, West Valley City, probably within the next 2 weeks, they'll have all their stuff cleared out of there.
I have flippers. So if will you send it to me when you list it?
Yeah, is that Alicen? Sorry, I didn't see who was
That's
on.
Cassidy, sorry.
Oh, yeah, Cassidy, I'll let you know.
Thanks.
I'll let you know before we list it so you can have a first look at it.
Yes, you're the best.
Anybody else? Okay. I did get, so that you know, I'll let you look at these. These are from Kay. She sent these over to me. She's got the private ranch retreat. They're in Santaquin. And then that's 21 acres. And then she's got an open house on new construction, 994. So either of those interest you, Kay Jones, she's the one to reach out to. Open house on that one on the 25th, if you're interested in the new construction one. All right, we will move on. Vendor minutes. I know that Jared was on. Any of our other vendors on? I don't think
I'm
any
on
of
here as well with Elevate.
Oh, Elevate, all right. All yours, Tanner.
Okay. Cool. I just have one thing to share. We love working with you all. We've done home warranties with you all in the past in the real estate transaction. But we actually, unlike a lot of companies here in Utah, we actually have a plan that we do for home warranties outside of the real estate transaction. So the pricing is a little bit different than the real estate pricing. The pricing is based on square footage and location of the home. So it's priced a little bit differently. It could be a little less than the real estate transaction pricing or a little more. But we're actually running a promo right now. So I have a promo code. I feel like I'm one of those ambassadors that bugs you on social media, but I've got a promo code for $60 off of any warranty that's outside of the real estate purchase transactions. So if you want me to put together a quote for any of your clients or anybody that you know that's looking to get a home warranty, you can do $60 off any of those warranties. So that's it for me today.
What's your promo code? And I'll throw it in chat.
It's Tanner G. Tanner G, all caps. So
All caps.
awesome. Thanks, Jeff.
And that gives you what, $60 off?
Yeah, $60 off any warranty, whether it's our essentials, elevated or totally elevated plan. So
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Tanner.
yeah.
Jared, you're not on here, but do you want to take a second? Maybe Jared's just listening today. Well, we love having Pillar to Post, so he wants to jump on in a minute, that's great. But Pillar to Post is awesome, great home inspector. So if you've got home inspection needs, reach out to them for sure.
Sorry, I couldn't find my mute button.
Yeah, it's hard to find those, Jared. Go
No,
ahead, take a minute.
thanks. Fun weather today. Great day to be doing inspections. So yeah, that's kind of rough. No, the biggest thing I just wanted to in the next few weeks, we've been doing a lot more sewer scoping. We've been subcontracting that out, and that always kind of creates some challenges to subcontract things out. And so we've been going through certification. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll be bringing that in-house, and we'll be offering that. But just as we've been doing this the last few months, sewer scopes, I'm amazed at how many issues. I mean, it's kind of like all the other stuff that you find on a home inspection that you didn't really know was a problem until the inspector brings it up. And so here in Utah, as we've been doing this, I hear all the time from agents, wow, none of my clients have ever done a sewer scope. And it's kind of like, if you've been in the business long enough, 10, 15 years ago, wow, none of my agents or none of my clients really do a radon test. And now radon is, more than half our inspections include a radon test. In other parts of the country, a friend of mine in Denver, 75% of their inspections include a sewer scope. Friend of mine in Eugene, Oregon, about 60% of their inspections. St. Louis, about 60 to 70% of their inspections. So Utah's always a little bit behind the times. But it is something that is kind of interesting. But as my team is finishing up certifications and stuff, if you do have a listing or something that you're curious about, or you want us to check it out kind of as we're doing some of our practice runs and stuff, reach out to me and we can take a look at those sewer lines. But the main reason is it's not covered by home warranties, it's not covered by homeowners insurance, but you could easily be walking into a $10,000 to $20,000 repair. We had a couple in the last few weeks that just, even one that had been replaced, but they didn't replace the last 10 feet out to the city. And so everything, the first 75 feet of the line was replaced and new, but that last 10 feet that went under the street was pretty damaged, had lots of roots growing into it, and lots of problems. So it's just something that's going to start getting added on to a lot of the due diligence process. So something to be aware of.
Awesome. Yeah, those sewer replacements, that main sewer line is a spendy one. So definitely worth taking care of that, taking a look at it. So I'm glad you guys are starting to offer that. That's going to be amazing. All right, we will move on. And next month, just so you know, Keystone is our sponsor. They'll come back and sponsor again. Kim Law, she does a great job. Has some great properties, and so if you're in the new construction realm of things, that would be a good contact for you. Reach out to Kim. Okay, so this month we've got 2 secret agents again. They're going to share with us their secrets on being successful, what they do in their business. And this month's agent secrets are coming from Alicen, Koyle, and Barb, Dill. So we will turn the time over to Alicen first, and then Barb, you can follow Alicen.
Hi, Jeff. And
Hi.
everybody. Hi, everybody. One of the things that I started doing was I would just go through my sphere and actually do CMAs for everybody. I would start doing a CMA, get it done for one of my clients, or not like my sphere, and just take it to them and knock on their door and give it to them and just let them know what I did. Talking to someone in person is easier for me than doing like a cold call or any of that. It's just, and I feel like that I'm giving them something of value. That's worked for me. I've gotten business from that, which has been great because they remember that I brought that to them, and that's easier for me to do than.
Oh.
So Alicen, are you actually reaching out and asking them to do it, or are you just doing it and taking it to them?
I'm just doing it. And sometimes it surprises them. Nobody's ever gotten mad at me for doing it, which is good. And sometimes it's hard to find, well, it depends. Sometimes it's hard to find comparables, but nowadays it's not too bad. But they're always surprised at what maybe their home is worth. And I tell them it's just an estimate. It's not a real hard number. I said if they want that, they're going to need to hire an appraiser or whatever. But anyway, it has worked for me. That's been a help for me.
Great tip. Awesome. I've never had anybody tell me that it was just go and do it and take it to them, but I think that's actually really good, because a lot of times you get turned down when you're asking, hey, do you want a CMA? They feel like they're putting you out too much. So just doing it and showing up on your doorstep, I think, is a great tip.
Yeah. And they're surprised. They're like, whoa, well, we're not selling. I know. I just wanted to see if you wanted to know maybe what your home was worth.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Alicen.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, Barb, all yours.
Hi, so Jeff asked me to do this today, and I'm kind of like Alicen. I'm not really into cold calling people. So my whole prospecting thing is just staying in touch with people. If you do a good job for people on your transaction, I mean, Peter and I usually become friends with the people that we work with, and we just stay in touch. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do that, but a lot of our clients have turned into multiple transactions. I have one client that just closed on a home last week, and she's actually bought 3 homes from us. she referred us to her kids. So two of her kids have sold homes, and one of them has bought and sold and bought again. So, I mean, if you do a good job for one person, it can turn into multiple transactions, but you have to stay in touch with people. And some of the ways that we do that are just simple things. I like to check out Facebook every day and just see what's happening with my clients and their lives. And, you know, maybe they had a baby, or they got a promotion at work, or things like that. And I just take that opportunity to not just comment on Facebook, but a lot of times I'll just write them a personal note and send it in the mail and say, hey, congratulations. And sometimes if it's something really special, I might like get a couple movie passes and say, hey, go celebrate on me and Peter, and just send those in the mail. Or I just had a birthday, and you know, people wish me happy birthday on Facebook, but what meant a lot more to me was the people that actually picked up the phone and called me and wished me a happy birthday, or the people that took the time to send me a card in the mail. And so that's one thing I like to do, is send a birthday card to people. You can get birthday cards in bulk on Amazon really inexpensively, and you know, it doesn't cost hardly anything to do it, but you know, send birthday cards to your clients and wish them a happy birthday. At the end of every year, I go through my back office and I download all my HUD settlement statements from the previous year from my buyers and sellers, because they need that document for their taxes. And so I just have a letter that I send out to them with their HUD settlement statement that just say, hey, it's tax time. You may have lost this document in the move and just wanted to make sure that you have it. But I just find ways to stay in touch over the years. And because I know at some point they're going to sell their house and want to buy another one, or they're going to have friends or family that are going to want to do that. A lot of times I'll pop by with some little gift. It was just Valentine's Day, so Peter and I got these little boxes of See's candy, and we took them by to our, you know, A clients, and it had a little tag on it that said, you and your referrals are the heart of my business. And so we just did that. And I have another thing that I like to do is on the 1 year anniversary of them buying their home, there are cards you can also buy on Amazon that are like it's called like a home anniversary. And you can say happy home anniversary, you know, and just say, hey, you know, hope you're enjoying your new home. You know, it's been a year, and you know, just stay in touch and wish them happy anniversary on their home purchase. I have a friend that she's my neighbor. She lives really close, just a street away, and her husband just left on a mission to England. And so when she left, I said, hey, I know your license is still active for a few months. And, you know, if you have any friends or family, you know, I'd love to contribute to your mission, you know, just send them my way and I'll pay you a referral. And on Monday, she sent me a referral. She says, hey, one of my best friends, her kids are moving here from California and they need like a $900,000 house. And, you know, I want you to help them. So, you know, just, you know, tell your friends, your family, you know, just let people know that, that they can refer you and that you can help their friends and family. I think that's pretty much it. It's just for me and Peter, it's just about staying in touch with people so that you're top of mind when it comes to them wanting to buy or sell, or their friends.
Awesome. Thanks, Barb. I won't put you on the spot and make you answer yes or no, but if you're willing to share your closing doc letter, if you'll send it to me and I'll attach it to the slides and stuff I send out later. Anybody have questions for Barb or Alicen? Okay. Let's go ahead and move on then, if I can get my screen shared again. Okay, just some reminders here. This is, again, for the past 2 months, this has been one that I get hit with all the time. Where's my check? Oh, and by the way, if Leia wants to put her son back on to dance for us, I'll spotlight your video. I'm just kidding, Leia.
He
But
would love that.
I get calls pretty much every day from you guys asking where your checks are, why they're not here yet, when they're coming from Fathom, when they're coming from title, why title doesn't have commission instructions. So just want to go through again and just kind of highlight this. First of all, make sure you're submitting your transaction at least 5 days before closing. It doesn't usually take that long. In fact, most of the CDAs, the commission instructions that I'm seeing going out right now, they're going out 1 to 2 days after they get submitted. But sometimes they get held up, and sometimes it does take the full 5 days. And so that's before commission instructions actually get to title. So if you can get it at least 5 days before close, that's going to be your best bet, so that they've got commission instructions right away and they can send that money out for us. Number 2, make sure your title contact information is correct. In IntelliAgent, had a couple this month already where you've put in just a blank email address or a wrong email address, or it was a typo or whatever. And so title didn't actually get commission instructions. So just a reminder to make sure and put that email address in there correctly for the title company when you're doing your contact information in IntelliAgent. And then lastly, make sure and do table funding. That's going to be your best bet if you want to get it the quickest in most cases, unless your name's Scott. And then sometimes it's not. But in this case, in most cases, title will get that check over to us pretty quickly, and you just come pick it up as long as your file's done. If you want standard funding, that'll go to California, and then they'll send you an e-check or direct deposit, depending on what you've got on file there. Second most asked question this month has been on aligned showings. And I get asked all the time, hey, with showing time, I got notifications via text as far as a confirmation that I got the showing with my buyer, or if I'm on the seller side, hey, my seller has confirmed a showing. And how do I do that? So just want to go through that with you. You'll go to the MLS, you'll click on the aligned showings tab. That'll bring you into this. At the bottom, you'll click on the settings area. And once you click on that settings, this will come up. And those are the 2 boxes that you need to check to get text messages as a listing agent or as a showing agent. And if you prefer just to get text messages and not emails, you can uncheck emails. Or if you want to leave it just getting emails, you can do that. Or if for some crazy reason you don't want any confirmation at all, you could actually uncheck it all and then you don't get any confirmation. Wouldn't highly suggest that, but it is an option if you feel like you're getting spammed too much. So again, that's aligned showings. And I will go through just as a reminder of why we're moving over to aligned showings. And I've been asked this a couple of times this month. Back about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 now, Zillow bought showing time. And a lot of realtors were up in arms with the fact that Zillow was now getting all of the data from all of our showings, when we were going, how many people were showing, all of that kind of thing. And so 5 MLSs banded together, including Utah Real Estate, went out and bought what is now aligned showings, and it's owned by the MLS. And so that data is not in the hands of a competing brokerage. It's in the hands of the MLS. And so that's why the change was made over. You can still use, obviously, whichever showing service you want as a listing agent, but aligned showings is the one that's free and automatically set up for your showings. Any questions on aligned showings? Okay. Next in MLS news, CubiCasa, I guess that's how you say it, is going to be part of your subscription now. It's free. You can go in and use your phone or your tablet to do a scan of your client's house, and it will automatically create floor plans for you. The MLS is going to, just a second, sorry. The MLS is going to have an extra section added for floor plans to be uploaded. And so those will be available for you to upload and see on all listings. It's not required, obviously, but it will be included as part of your membership. So that's a nice benefit from the MLS. Not sure when it's coming, just says that it's coming soon. All right, let's talk interest rates. Talked a little bit about this with Tim Reynolds yesterday and my lender. This is the graph since September where interest rates are at. As of yesterday, we were at 6.87. This is an average for the US. This is not a specific lender, and this is with best rates or best credit scores. We're seeing upward pressure here because the market is not feeling like inflation is under control. Crazily enough, we didn't lose enough jobs. We actually gained jobs in the last jobs report. And so that is affecting interest rates going up because we have too many jobs, too many people that are employed. So if more people would be unemployed, we would see these rates start to go down. But because our economy is good and strong, the market feels like we need to have higher interest rates in order to slow inflation. So that's why we're seeing the upward pressure on this. Again, this is bank rates as of yesterday, provided by bankrate.com, 6.85 on a 30-year mortgage. 5/1 ARM is at 5.6, and a 30-year jumbo. The jumbos are actually staying pretty close to the normal, and so the jumbo rates, you know, you're not getting penalized too heavily on those.
Can I say something, Jeff?
Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody is aware. I'm sure you've talked to your lenders, but the changes that have, well, it's supposed to be March 1st, but every lender's already implemented them on how they now rate people and the rates that they quote people. Everything's changing right now, or changed this month, but technically it goes into effect March 1st. But I had a lender yesterday at Security Home Mortgage. They were pricing out loans, and under the new guidelines, if you don't put 30% down, you don't get the best rate anymore. That's the required minimum to get the best rate. And we had a client and he priced it at 40% down. It was 6.625, 20% down, 7.3, and 5% down. It was only 7.1. You were getting hit by putting 20% down. And so there's all these weird changes that are now in effect that you might want to talk to your lender about and kind of learn, because it's going to affect rates substantially. And you also, now it used to be 740 gave you the best rate credit score. Now you got to be 780. Anyways, there's all these different changes that are all in place now.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons to have a great lender that's able to guide you through those things. Somebody you can reach out to and just talk to about, you know, what's going on and make sure you keep up with that. So good information, Todd. Appreciate that. Other comments about interest rates or lending? Okay, let's look at some of the other stats then. So this is from my subscription with Altos Research. This is Utah County specific information. Median list price as of right now, we're still at $664 as a median list price. So substantially higher. Median list price for new listings, so anything newly on the market, we've actually dipped a little bit to $599. Our sold is at $664, and our new list price is median price coming on right now is $599. Excuse me, that's fairly flat across, you know, our time period there. Price per square foot, and we'll look at this one a little bit more closely in a minute. But our average price per square foot in Utah County right now is $209 a square foot. We're at 97 days on market on average for the MLS right now, and our median days on market is 70. Price decreases, we're seeing about 35% of listings that come on decreasing their price before being sold. The average in normal years across our historical data is 30% is our normal price decrease number. So 35% is a pretty good chunk more than normal. Price increases, for whatever reason, we're seeing people increase price. About 5% of the listings are increasing price. Properties that come back on market are relisted, go under contract, and then they come back. 19% of homes are falling out right now and coming back on the market. And our inventory in Utah County is down. It's a little bit higher than this actually. This is a little bit old data for the inventory numbers. We were at 1,400, I believe, when I looked yesterday. So inventory is still pretty low though, and we'll look at that closer as well. And our median rent right now in Utah County is $2,100 a month. So pretty substantial rent.
What's crazy too is Salt Lake County has double the population than Utah County, and we have more inventory than they do. So
Yeah.
it's really crazy up there.
Absolutely. Looking at home sales for the US, this again is from Altus Research. So this is inventory of homes, historical inventory of homes and how many listings are on the market. So you can see the inventory month over month declined 1.5%. We had just over 400,000 homes on the market nationwide. If we look at January of 2019, we had 820 listings at this same time period in January. So pretty substantial drop from our normal numbers to where we are now. Obviously, if you look back at January 2022, we were at 247,000 units. So we're about double that, but still we're on a decline as far as the number of homes on the market right now. Again, nationwide numbers, this is the weekly new inventory. And so you'll see that our new listings were 24% fewer than last year. So last year at this time, we had 71,000 listings come on the market during this 1 week. And this week in January, it was 55,000 new listings. So we're still seeing resistance from sellers wanting to come back to the market. A lot of that is driven again by interest rates. They don't want to give up their 2 or 3% interest rate to go into a 6 or 7% interest rate. So they're honestly happy to stick their 6 kids in a closet and make them sleep in there if they can keep their 2% interest rate, right? Now going back to Utah County. So looking at Utah County price per square foot, we talked about that it's about 206 right now. If you look a year ago, January, we were just about right at $200 a square foot on average. And so the people who are telling you that there's been a huge price drop from the interest rates going up, we did see from the peak, right, in April or May, when we were up over $225 a square foot, we have dropped substantially from there. But as far as year over year, we're actually up in our price per square foot being sold in Utah County. So pricing hasn't really seen a massive hit. We've slowed a little bit, which was healthy and kind of flattened off. We haven't seen a huge price decrease. So as you're talking to your clients, you let them know that there's not really huge deals out there to be had for the most part. Inventory numbers in Utah County again, we're at just under 2,000 listings on the market. Last year at this time, we were below 500 listings in Utah County. So we're about 4 times the inventory that we were before, pretty close to average if you look back in 2018, 2019. But we are declining. Our inventory numbers are going down. Back in October, we were well over 10,000 listings active on the market, and we're now, below 2,000. So numbers as far as the MLS, we're at like 7,000, just under 7,000, 6,800, I think yesterday. So numbers here as far as inventory continue to drop. We're not seeing a whole lot of selling coming back to the market at this point. Median list price. So median list price for Utah County, a year ago, we were almost exactly the same as where we are now. So our median list price really hasn't changed. We're not seeing price decreases again. So that number's staying flat. And days on market, you can see we continue to climb. So as far as Utah County is concerned, our median was 70. I think we're at about 78 right now, if you look on the MLS. And so that continues to climb month over month. I don't think that we're going to really see too much of a change there. I would expect we'll see it flatten. Our normal market in normal times is somewhere around 80 to 90 days. And I think that once we get into spring, summer, we'll see number of days on market kind of flatten out around that number. but I don't think we'll see it fall dramatically. So something to just let your listing clients know, on average, it's going to take them 3 months to get their home sold. So they need to be aware of that. Okay, before I go to this, any comments on stats, anything you're seeing in the market, anything you want to bring up or questions about where we're headed?
Jeff, I have a question. And I ran across an article this morning and I was going to send it to you, but I didn't immediately, so I lost it. But it was a company that had been tracking withdrawals from new construction deals. And they said right now, and it's a nationwide report, that withdrawal figure is like 68% of the builders, or 68% of the under contracts with new build jobs fell out. And that was compared to the previous high was only in the 40% range. So my question is, I mean, is that kind of a harbinger of things to come? That's a really significant withdrawal rate.
Yeah, and I mean, it's even worse on new construction, because when you think about it, when those clients that are falling out right now went under contract, it was a year ago, right? And rates were significantly better a year ago. And so now they're looking at those rates and they can no longer afford the home, or they're just too tight to afford the home and don't want to move forward with it. So,
Or they can't sell their existing home.
yeah, it's possible. What other thoughts do you guys have on why this new construction stuff is falling out?
I can tell you one thing that I guess doesn't totally answer the question, but my brother-in-law works for Staker Parsons. He's an accountant there. And yesterday they have meetings monthly, some are national regarding national numbers. And the one yesterday was just Utah, but he said the aggregate material that they sell to builders, their ready mix, all that, they're down 95% in orders right now than they were last year at this time. So that shows you builders are not building and the permits are not being pulled. And I think it's this, that they're just trying to get rid of inventory that they have.
Yeah, existing inventory, getting rid of it. And if we're seeing 60% of buyers fall out, that means you've got 60% of homes that aren't selling. And so that inventory remains there. So it's going to be
new construction is always a lagging indicator, and it tracks behind home sales. So I don't know that I'm all that concerned with it. I think that the new construction numbers are kind of catching up to what, the knee-jerk reaction that we felt in new home or in existing home sales over the last few months. They're just catching up to where we are. I don't think if you have a look at the builders stock prices and that kind of thing, nobody is getting creamed in the market yet. The prices are down a little bit, but not horribly. And I don't think that that's a real big concern. My 2 cents.
2 cents doesn't buy much anymore, Scott.
Todd, might you think it's a safer time for somebody that wants to, not buy a tract home that's in the process of being built, but, contract with a builder to do a custom home? I've got some clients that thought that would be good until all the shortages arrived, a year and a half, and people weren't being able to finish their homes in some cases. Todd, do you think that that's easing up then now, or somebody ought to feel safe about contracting to build a custom home?
I don't know. It's a good question. I have a friend who's building with Raycon right now, and well, they haven't started yet. They've still been getting numbers, but he's telling me that Raycon keeps telling him that prices are sky high and nothing's dropped yet. So I don't know. I mean, I know that if you're going to build custom, the people probably have money, but if someone wants a brand new home, I think there's incredible deals out there from builders right now. I mean, most builders are very negotiable.
Okay, thank you.
And I think that's actually a great takeaway, Todd, is if you guys are working new construction on the buyer side, don't be at all hesitant to offer lower than what the list is here, and to throw in some concessions and pretty much whatever else you want. Builders are wanting to unload inventory right now, and so they're willing to make some great deals there. A lot of contracts coming through are for under list price, depending on the builder that you're working with, obviously.
I closed on a new construction deal this last month that had dragged out and dragged out and dragged out because of shortages. I went to the builder and said we needed some help with interest rates because things have moved so far since we went under contract on this new home. And my client and I had a number in mind where we needed him to go in terms of buying down the rate, but I didn't give it to him. I just told him we needed some help getting the rate down, and he volunteered more money than we were going to ask for to drop the rate, and we got it down below 5. So there you go.
Nice. All right, Scott, you're negotiating all my deals from now on.
Happy to help.
All right. Anything else? Okay. we'll
Hey,
move
Jeff?
on. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm wondering if anybody else is having any difficulty getting their 1099s off the website.
Just you, Brooke.
Am I the only one?
I'm not going to look at it till April 14th. How do I?
Okay, number one, make sure you look at it now. If it's not right, it needs to be corrected before the end of the month. Otherwise, it's going to have to be an amended 1099, and it's going to take you some time and effort to get it done. If you do it now, it hasn't been filed with the IRS yet, and so it can be corrected more easily. So make sure you go into your IntelliAgent accounts, go into your profile, into your agreements, and pull down those 1099s. As far as getting into them, there are some people that have issues with it. Sometimes the password isn't what you think it is, or it's not what it should be. Contact agent services with those. They'll be able to help you through and make sure that you can get into those and check those, Brooke.
All right, yeah, I just haven't been able to get into my iPro when I got onto the other one, but I wish we could just have them just send them to us, but
Yeah, that would be too much effort. So
yeah, I guess.
yeah, just reach out to agent services. They'll take care of you. They'll make sure you can get into it or send you a copy that you can get. So call the number. I have better luck, honestly, just emailing agent services. So agent services at fathomrealty.com. I tend to get answers more quickly in an email than I do calling them. But you can try and give them a call as well.
Jeff, I have a question about that. So when we log on to get it, it says there's a password needed besides the normal password. Is there a clue to what that password is?
Just guess.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there is
There's an email from Veronica at fathomrealty.com that you would have received about a month ago now, that tells you what the password is, but it's basically the first 2 letters of your name or the first 2 letters of your entity, and then the first 5 digits of your social security number.
or your tax ID number.
I'll go back to that email.
Yeah, so the email's from Veronica at fathomrealty.com. So if you search that, you should be able to find it. Can't find it, just email me or text me, and I'm happy to send over a copy of it so you can look at it. But again, it's the first 2 letters of your name or entity and the first 5 numbers of your social security number or EIN, one of those 2.
So Jeff, you'll have that information for our iPro stuff?
What information?
Our names and the EIN numbers and stuff, because I've tried that for my iPro and it's not working, and they just say, well, that's what it should be, and I still have not got in, so I'm wondering if it was different than what they have.
No, they pulled the records directly off of Broker Sumo, so they should have all the same information that we would have.
Okay, but you would have that though too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we would know what it should be,
Okay,
but that doesn't necessarily.
I'll reach out to you. I'm just not having any success with the getting through the customer service on the email stuff.
Yeah, so I would just email agent service and say, hey, this one is not opening for me. Could you please send me a copy that will open with the correct password? This is what I think the password should be, what the entity name should be, or whatever, and hopefully they'll be able to help you through that.
I've tried, but I'll keep on them. Thanks.
Yep. All right, March 16th, save the date, March 16th, 10 to noon, Thanksgiving Point in the Amber Room. That's the same place we were last year, is going to be our awards banquet. Breakfast will be provided, tons of giveaways. We've got Zions Bank, a huge sponsor for us this year. Security Home Mortgage, Edge Homes, Pillar to Post, Elevate Home Warranty, all coming up with some great prizes. I'll tell you that one of the prizes that we will be giving away is I think 3 nights, might be 2 nights stay in an Airbnb in Florida. So definitely worth coming. Bring your cards, bring your business cards with you to put in the pot, but some great giveaways. Even if you don't think that you're going to be getting an award, just come support everybody and have a good time. We really will have a good time. We've got a great event planned. So look forward to all of you being there. Again, March 16th, 10 a.m. to noon. So make sure to put that on your calendars. Realtor, congratulations to Tim. I know Tim's on here or was. So congratulations to Tim and Agnes. They are in the Realtor Top 500 for the Salt Lake Board of Realtors. So if you see Tim, give him a pat on the back. He's done a great book of business this year. So congratulations to them. Hopefully you've all seen this, an email that I sent out, having lunch with me. It's a small group lunch. I'm providing lunch. I'm buying lunch. There is no agenda. I'm not trying to pick your brains or tell you that you're doing bad or trying to educate you. We're not having any kind of a business meeting or anything like that. Really, it's just a chance for me to get to know you better and for you to get to know some other agents. Usually 5 to 6, 7 agents in a go. So would love to have you. If you haven't seen the email, that link on the bottom, calendly.com/broker appointment/free lunch is where you can sign up for those. I've only got a couple through March currently up. So if those don't work, give me till the end of tomorrow and I'll have a couple more dates up. But they're usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you can't find a time that works and you're just like, look, I need to have it on a Sunday at noon, let me know. And if I can get 3 or 4 agents who want to come in on Sunday at noon, I'm happy to do it then. So whatever works for you guys, let me know. But would love to just provide lunch for you and just sit down and chat and get to know you a little bit better.
Hey, Jeff, how many times can we come?
For you, Brooke, you can come every week. Love to see you every week. Just once.
Huh?
Just once for now. Once I get through everybody, happy to start over and we can do it again. Did you have fun, Brooke?
It was good. You're a good cook.
Yeah, I do a great job with Costa. Maya goes and gets it for me, so I don't have to do anything but pay for it, so it's good. All right, upcoming classes and meetings. So all classes again started at 11 o'clock. They're always on a Wednesday. This next Wednesday, March 1st, is going to be a tech class that I'm teaching on taming your email. I taught that class about 1.5 years ago. I'm going to revisit it. Had someone in that said, hey, I've got 26,000 unread emails and I don't know what to do with it or how to get through my inbox or even what to even start looking at. So I'm going to go through taming your email. March 8th is a CE class here in the office by Backman Title. March 16th is our award celebration, so we won't have our free for all forums Wednesday on that date. Instead, we'll have our award celebration. And then March 22nd will be our next team meeting, and hopefully it will be live and in person and on Zoom. Hopefully we don't have a foot of snow on March 22nd, but the way
Come hell or high water.
Yeah, come hell or high water, we're gonna have it. Or if there's a foot of snow, I guess we won't. I guess that's hell. Or it's high water, I don't know which. All right, guys, that's it from me. Any questions, anything you want to bring up? This is your time if you've got anything. So happy to listen or answer questions or take concerns or whatever you've got. Guess that means everybody's happy. All right. Good to see y'all. Hopefully you go and have a warm and safe day, and the rest of the day we don't get any more snow. We can get everything done. If you got anything you need from us, feel free to reach out. Maya and I are always happy to be here. Thanks for being here and hope you guys have a great week.
Thanks, Jeff. Doing a good job. I don't care what Todd says about you.
Yeah, Todd says all kinds of bad things about me, but it's okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Have a good one, guys.